What's up everyone, welcome back to the Lace Up channel. My name's Mickey. It's been some time since I've made content on this channel, but over the last few months I've had so many customers come to me talking about how product that they have in their warehouse continues to go expired. And I always come to the same realization: no one is really tracking expiration dates properly. Now for those of you that are doing everything manually, that are tracking your inventory by hand, or maybe just have it in your accounting system, having a WMS may not be something that's accessible. So today, I'm going to show you how to track your expiration dates properly in Excel. And for those of you that have a WMS, I'm going to show you the report that you're going to need to extract from that WMS to determine exactly when a product's going to expire and save yourself the money of having something go bad in your warehouse. So let's get right into it. Optimizing your inventory tracking by expiration date to minimize the amount of expired product in your warehouse and the amount of expired product that goes out to your customers all starts with an inventory aging report. Now this report should be supplied by your warehouse management system. If you don't have a warehouse management system, you're going to have to track your lots, your expirations, and your inventory positions on a spreadsheet like the one I'm going to show you. So let's turn our attention here to our inventory aging report. So on this report, basically I've taken a report that I use currently with one of my customers and I've simplified it to show it for this demo. But the first column on this report is the location. The location is the location in your warehouse where that inventory resides. Then we have the lot number. Obviously when you track expiration dates, more than likely you're going to track lot numbers or batch numbers depending on your industry. Next we've got the product name, whether or not the product is restricted, which is something internally used in this demo, today's date, that product's manufactured date, the days to expiration. Now this field is very important. The number of days to expiration that you have for a product is normally added to the manufactured date to compute the expiration date itself. Now we start getting into the meat of this report, which is the number of days before that product expires. You'll see how these products have -3 days until expiration, which means that product is expired, 17 days, etc., all the way down. But my more savvy distributors or manufacturers, they don't just rely on expiration date to track whether or not they need to sell something, put something on promo, or do something with that product with some level of urgency. That's always done with the salvage date. In addition to having an expiration date, you need to have a salvage date. The salvage date is some date before the expiration date. That's the last possible date that you'll sell that product. Now, the salvage date is normally computed based off that product's velocity. If you have a product that rotates very quickly and it moves very quickly for all your customers, the salvage date is going or can be a lot closer to the expiration date. Whereas if you have a product that moves very slowly, that salvage date is going to have to be further out from the expiration date. So you'll see here how I've added the days to salvage to each of these items, and then we compute the salvage date itself. Now, when you do the math on those parameters, you get the days before that product is no longer salvageable. You'll see again that this first item here on the spreadsheet is no longer salvageable. We've got an item that's salvageable for 2 more days, and then every single one of these items is good to go moving forward. Now, once you know when your salvageable dates are, the inventory is either unblocked or available for allocation, meaning that when an order comes in, you can allocate that product to pick from it, or it becomes blocked. Blocked means that you're no longer going to pick that product for a traditional order, and you're going to associate an appropriate reason code to that inventory to either donate the product or write that product off and dispose of it. So over here, you'll see the unblocked quantity, or the available quantity of inventory that I have, the quantity that was blocked, the available inventory remaining, and then a comment section here to put in your reason code for what you want to do with that inventory. So in this case, the first item on this list, we're going to adjust it out of inventory and dispose of it. And in the case of this item, we're going to put that item on promo so that we can we can increase the velocity on that item before the salvage date to get it out of the warehouse. I think the most important parameter here though is making sure that your days to salvage is accurate. So you're going to have to be savvy in terms of calculating your velocities to understand where to place that salvage date. And you may have to keep a separate spreadsheet by customer because the velocities in terms of how they move product will vary from customer to customer. So in conclusion, in order to maintain the most optimal level of non-expired inventory in your warehouse, you have to track not just the expiration date, but the salvage date. And then you have to track how many days to compute to get to the salvage date. And that's all based off velocities. Now, the purpose of this video is just to make you aware of the things that you need to be tracking, whether it be through Excel, manually, or through a warehouse management system, so that you don't run yourself into a situation where you have full pallets of product going bad in your warehouse, or when you sell a product too close to its expiration date to a customer, and therefore you have to go back to that customer and credit that product out, thus losing out on any potential profits from the rotation of that product. I hope that you guys please take this into account. If you're not doing it now, get your data out, generate the salvage date, and start tracking that report every single day. I mean, you guys, if you're technologically savvy, any ERP system or WMS will be able to pull this data and generate this report like always. If you don't have a WMS and you're looking for something to do this for you, feel free to contact us or any other WMS provider. If you're running this in Excel currently and it's taking up a bunch of your time, you may want to look at some kind of an integration with your inventory system to pull this report out and generate these values automatically. But the bottom line is, if you're moving millions of dollars of inventory, you need one of these reports implemented right away. Besides that, let me know your comments down below. I'll go ahead and anchor this report down below so that you can use it if you want. If you agree with everything I've said or disagree, comment, let me know your thoughts. Besides that, I'm going to be back to making more videos more frequently. Hope you guys have less expired product. Please like, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next video. Take care. Peace.